Today I turned 18 and I became the only person who could destroy my family. Because I'm legally an adult now. I can speak now. The crime doesn't stay buried with me anymore. But when my mom was cutting the cake, she looked at me in a way that wasn't saying happy birthday. It was saying don't you dare speak. Everyone was singing. But as I blew out the candles, I was thinking only one thing. Today something changed. Turning 18 wasn't just a legal transition. I was responsible now. Which meant if I kept hiding what I knew, it would be my crime. My mom smiled as she cut the cake. But her eyes weren't smiling. My dad patted my shoulder. "You're a man now, son," he said. But the tone in his voice was saying you have to hide it now. Even my sister Sarah noticed. She was looking at me sideways, as if saying don't do it, Lucas, please don't do it. Don't do what? Tell the truth. But what nobody knew was, I had already made my decision. It all started 3 years ago. I was 15 back then. I came home early from school because the teacher got sick. Nobody was supposed to be home. But my mom was in the living room. She was on the phone. And she was crying. "No, please, we'll give you more if you want, but nobody can hear about this," she was saying. I quietly closed the door. Went upstairs. Laid on my bed. And from that day on, I never asked. Because if I didn't ask, I wouldn't know. If I didn't know, I wouldn't be responsible. This is where everything changed irreversibly. A few weeks later, at breakfast, my dad saw something in the newspaper. His face went white. "What happened?" my mom said. "Nothing," my dad said. But he quickly folded the newspaper and threw it in the trash. I got curious. That night after everyone fell asleep, I went through the trash. The newspaper was there. The headline read, "Local construction company under fraud investigation." My dad's company. You haven't heard the most disturbing detail yet. One evening, my mom came to my room. She closed the door. Sat in the chair. Folded her hands in her lap. "Lucas," she said. Her voice was calm but her eyes weren't. "I need to tell you something." I looked up. "There are some misunderstandings about your father's business. It might come out in the media. People might talk. But you don't know anything, okay?" "But I really don't know anything," I said. "You don't know." Her voice hardened. "If anyone asks you, you'll say I don't know. Teachers at school, your friends, even the police, you won't tell anyone anything." She looked into my eyes. And at that moment I understood. She wasn't playing the mother role. She was threatening me. Don't miss this sentence. That night I opened my computer. I researched my dad's company. What came up on the first page wasn't a shocking news article. It was a suicide report. Construction firm victim, retired family man lost. The man had lost his home. My dad's company defrauded him. Nobody believed him. The man hanged himself. And my dad just kept living as if nothing happened. What I've told you so far was just the surface. At school I wasn't myself anymore. I sat quietly. I didn't talk to anyone. I went to my classes but I wasn't there. My friends asked what happened to you. Nothing, I said. I was called to the counselor. Is everything okay, Lucas? Yes, I said. But every night I woke up. I couldn't breathe. My chest was tight. Because I wasn't just Lucas anymore. I was the carrier of a secret. This is where the truth came out. And now here I am. The cake is finished. Everyone is sitting in the living room. My mom is looking at me. My dad at the television. Sarah is quietly watching me. And I stand up. I need some air, I say. I go outside. There's a paper in my pocket. I had written down that family's address. The man is dead. But his wife and children are alive. They're still looking for their home. Still waiting for justice. And I'm an adult now. I can speak now. But if I speak, my family falls apart. I take out my phone. I dial the number. I'm one click away. And just as I'm about to press it, the door opens. My mom. She's holding an envelope. Before you do that, read this, she says. I take the envelope. There's a photo inside. And in that photo, I'm in it. When you do the voice recording, don't forget this. Lucas's voice should have strength but also exhaustion. He's worn down but not defeated. Emphasize the silence, use the pauses. Especially in the mother's threat scene, change the tone of your voice. The listener really needs to feel the fear there. And in the last sentence, when you say I'm in it, reflect the shock in your voice. This is a final twist, you need to make them feel it. Control the listener by speeding up and slowing down the story. Good luck.